Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's mega revision session where we are going to revise the finance current affairs for August 2025, okay? And this is the session for your RBI Grade B examination as well as for your PFRDA Grade A examination that is very near, okay? So this is your mega revision session for your finance current affairs where we are going to discuss and revise the important and relevant finance current affairs in the MCQs forms. So there are multiple MCQs that I hope you will be able to answer very easily, okay? So give me a thumbs up if I'm clearly audible and visible. And good morning to all of you. Welcome to the session. Thank you for joining, and let's start with today's revision session where we will be revising the finance current affairs for August 2025, which is a very important month for your examination for the RBI Grade B as well as PFRDA Grade A, okay? But before starting with the session, let me inform you that there is a mega price drop that is for the limited time only. Now this offer has been extended from 31st of August to 1st September to 3rd September. So this offer is valid till tomorrow, that is 3rd September, okay? And here you can see that you are getting flat 74% off for all the regulatory body courses. So if you want to get the single courses or if you want to get the combo courses, you are getting flat 74% off. You can use the code September 74, okay? And this is going to be valid till 3rd September only. So if you want to purchase the course, if you are willing to have a systematic course or the systematic material, then this is the best time for you to get the course, okay? As there is flat 74% off that is going on and you can use the code September 74. So this is the basic idea. This is the massive price drop that has been brought by the EduTap for you, okay? Now, coming to the first question, try to answer this question that India Post Payment Bank has introduced an Aadhaar based face authentication system for banking transactions on 1st August 2025. Which of the following technological and accessibility goal does this system primarily aim to address? So basically, Aadhaar based face authentication system has been brought for the banking transactions. So the banking transactions will not require the fingertips or the fingerprints as well as the OTPs. So this is going to be very beneficial for the disabled people as well as for the old aged people, because as we grow old, our finger lines or the fingertips, the fingerprints, they are not very much recognizable, okay? So that's why it create problem for the old age people to provide the fingerprints, as well as sometimes they are also not able to like get the OTPs, or they are not able to like share the OTPs and such. So that's why it is very good that there is the face authentication system that has been brought. Now this is making the banking services more accessible by eliminating the need for the fingerprints and OTPs. This is especially helpful for the elderly and the differently abled, okay? So this is the basic idea. So here the answer is C. It is not enhancing the security of OTPs, it is actually replacing the need for the fingerprints and OTPs. And this is especially for the elderly and the differently able. So here the answer is B. Okay. So here the answer is C. This is the answer. I hope this is clear. So India Post Payment Bank, that is a pioneer in accessible banking services, has announced the nationwide rollout of Aadhaar based face authentication facility for the customer transactions. Okay. Now this is developed. This authentication feature is developed under the framework of Unique Identification Authority of India, and here the facial recognition will be done for the banking transaction, eliminating the need for physical biometric inputs like the fingerprints or OTPs. So their need will be replaced. Okay, so this is the idea. Now IPPB strengthen its mission. What is the mission of IPPB? So a question can come on the mission also, okay, on the tagline, and such kind of questions can come, right? So you have to remember the mission of IPPB, that is Aapka Bank Aapke Dwar, okay? This is the idea. Now coming to the second question, that which of the following initiative is part of the Ministry of Communications efforts to enhance efficiency and service delivery in the postal system across India? So try to answer this question. So basically, the Ministry of Communication has taken various efforts to enhance the efficiency and service delivery in the postal system across India. One of this initiative is Darpan, that is Digital Advancement of Rural Post Offices for New India. for New India. Okay, so this is DARPAN, that is Digital Advancement of Rural Post Offices for New India. This is a project that is undertaken. Okay, so Ministry of Communications. So Ministry of Communication has outlined multiple digitalization initiatives and infrastructure upgrades to enhance the efficiency, accessibility and service delivery in the postal system across India. Now there is mail network optimization project in which there is a hub and spoke model that is developed. So the central hubs will be created from where the mails will be transferred to different spokes. So this is the idea that in this model, in the hub and spoke model, central hubs are created where the mail is processed and then distributed to smaller local centers or spokes. Okay, rural outreach is being done, as well as DARPAN, that is the Digital Advancement for Rural Post Offices for a New India. This is a project to improve the quality of service and value of services and achieve financial inclusion of unbanked rural population. So that is DARPAN. Coming to the next question, try to answer this question. So again, this is taken from PIB. This is a news article of PIB. So PIB has said that the NABARD and RBI have taken several initiatives to promote rural financial literacy and strengthen the borrower protection in the microfinance section. Which of the following statements are correct in regards to the initiatives that have been taken by the NABARD or RBI? Try to answer this question. So first of all, RBI simplified the definition of microfinance loans to include all collateral-free loans given to households with annual income up to 5 lakh. What should be the annual income? SROs for the microfinance sector is Sadhan and Microfinance Industry Network, that is MFIN, play a major role in strengthening compliance culture among their members. So this is correct. So the SROs for the microfinance sector, there are two SROs, Sadhan and the MFIN. Okay. Center for Literacy, Financial Literacy project was initiated by RBI in 2017. So this is also correct. So second and third statements are correct, and only the first statement is wrong because it is not 5 lakh, it is 3 lakh. Okay. So that is the definition of microfinance loans, that include all the collateral free loans given to households with annual income up to 3 lakh. Okay. So second and third statements are correct. So that's why the answer is P. Yes. Now, these are the different initiatives that you can read about. Basically, remember, there is Center for Financial Literacy. This is the project that was initiated by RBI in 2017, and currently there are 2,421 CFLs that is established across India. Okay. Next is microfinance credit. There is collateral free loan that is given under the microfinance loan, that is to the household having annual household income up to 3 lakh. Okay. So this is the idea that you can read. Next question, try to read the question and try to answer which of the following initiatives was launched by PFRDA under the PFRDA Connect project to enhance the digital engagement and service delivery in the pension sector. What is the answer here? What is the recent initiative that has been taken by the PFRDA under the PFRDA Connect? We have discussed this in the Finance 360-degree session also. It is a new modernized website to improve the user experience and service delivery. So a new website has been developed and it has been provided by the PFRDA. Okay, so C is the right answer here. Yes, very good. Very good, everyone. So this is the idea. New and modernized website has been launched by the PFRDA under PFRDA Connect project, and this is fully compliant. The new website, it is fully compliant with the GIGW and WCAG guidelines. Okay. Next is RBI has released comprehensive revised directions on co-lending arrangement where there is co-lending that is done. Okay. So a bank and the NBFC, they are coming together to co-lend to a borrower. So RBI has released comprehensive revised directions on the co-lending arrangement with the objective of providing specific regulatory clarity on the permissibility of such arrangements. Now, each regulated entity under the co-lending arrangement shall be required to retain a minimum dash percentage of the share of the individual loan in its book. So each regulated entity under the CLA, under the co-lending arrangement, should hold how much share? At least, minimum. Yes, 10%. Very good. So at least 10% of share should be held. Okay. So this is the idea. So each lender must retain at least 10% of the individual loan, and the loan originating entity, that means the originator of the loan, that is the main lender that is originating the loan, can provide the default loss guarantee to the second party of up to 5% of the loan. So there are co-lenders. Let's say bank is originating the loan and the NBFC is the co-lender. Okay, so bank, that is the originator regulated entity, can provide the default loss guarantee up to the limit of 5% of the loan outstanding. So DLG can be provided to the second party. Okay, this is the idea. Now coming to the next news article. So these are the important points, as well as the share of the loan, that is the bank that is originating the regulated the originator regulated entity that is originating the loan should transfer the part of the loan that is paid by the NBFC. So the share of the loan must be transferred to the co-lender within 15 days of origination. This is the idea. Okay. Now next is, as of June 2025, the total unclaimed deposits in Indian banks stood at 67,003 crores. Which of the following banks is not among the banks which hold the highest unclaimed deposits among the public sector banks and private sector banks? So which is the answer here? The State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, Axis Bank. So here the answer should be, so there are 3 largest public sector banks and 3 private sector banks that have the largest unclaimed deposits. Okay, so State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Canara Bank, they are the public sector banks that have the largest unclaimed deposits. Okay, Axis Bank is among the private entities that have the largest unclaimed deposits. So it is the Bank of Baroda. It is the Bank of Baroda. Very good. So Bank of Baroda is the one that is not among the banks which hold the highest unclaimed deposit. So Bank of Baroda is not among the list. Okay. So State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Canara Bank, these are the 3 banks that hold the highest unclaimed deposits under the public sector banks. ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, they are the 3 private sector banks that have the highest unclaimed deposits. Okay. So this is the basic idea. Next is, which insurance company has recently signed $1 billion worth of forward rate agreements with major Wall Street banks to hedge to reduce its risk against the interest rate risk amid market volatility? So there is market volatility at the global level. Also the interest rates are quite volatile, as well as the financial markets are quite volatile. So which entity, which insurance company has signed a $1 billion worth of forward rate agreements to reduce its risk of the interest rate? It is the Life Insurance Corporation of India. Very good. So LIC is the one that has signed this forward rate agreements. Okay. So LIC has signed $1 billion worth of forward rate agreements with major Wall Street banks to hedge or to reduce its risk against the interest rate risk amid market volatility. LIC's FRA transactions were conducted with JP Morgan Chase & Co. and Bank of America Corp. Okay. Next is, what does Swagat FI stand for? That is, what is the full form of Swagat FI? That is proposed by the SEBI to simplify and unify market access for low risk foreign investors. So try to answer this. You just have to tell the full form of the Swagat FI. Okay. So this is proposed by SEBI, and this is to simplify and unify the market access for low risk foreign investors, so that the low risk foreign investors can easily access the financial market of our country. Yes, very good. The C is the right answer. Absolutely correct, Guru Raja and Mukund. Correct. Single window automatic and generalized access for trusted foreign investors. Okay, so C is the right answer here. Yes, very good, Swami. Now, SEBI has proposed the introduction of the Swagat FI, that is the framework to provide simplified and unified market access to low-risk foreign investors. Low-risk foreign investors are government-owned funds, central banks, sovereign wealth funds, multilateral entities, highly regulated public retail funds, appropriately regulated insurance and pension funds. Now, in this framework, what happens that the framework allows the Swagat FIs, that is the low risk foreign investors, to register as both the foreign portfolio investors as well as foreign venture capital investors. Okay, so that as a foreign portfolio investors, they can invest in the listed equity and debt securities, and as the capital investors, foreign venture capital investors, they can invest in unlisted companies in specified sectors and startups. This is the basic idea. Now, the proposal has also said to increase the registration continuity period to 10 years from the current 3 to 5 years. optional provision to use a single demat account for all the securities acquired as FPI or FVCI or foreign investor. That means if you have got the registration as the FPI or you have got the registration as the FVCI or as both, then you can have a single demat. So this is a optional provision that is also provided. Now this is the proposal that is given by SEBI. Okay. Now coming to the next news article, that is RBI has decided to grant in principle approval to AU Small Finance Bank to transition into the universal bank. Okay. So AU Small Finance Bank has got the approval, in principle approval, to transition into the universal bank. Now for a small finance bank to voluntarily transition into the universal bank, it should have the minimum net worth of how much? What is the requirement? What is the requirement here of the minimum? What is the requirement of minimum net worth? That is 1000 crores. Very good. So this is the requirement of minimum net worth. So basically there are certain requirements that if the small finance bank want to convert into the universal bank, okay, small finance bank, they particularly provide small loans. Universal bank, they can provide various facilities like retail banking, wholesale banking. Okay, they can provide various services. The universal banks, they are the big banks. So basically there is eligibility criteria for the small finance bank to transition into the universal bank, that is a scheduled status with satisfactory track record of performance for a minimum period of 5 years. So that means the small finance bank should be a scheduled small finance bank, should be under the second schedule of the RBI Act of 1934. Okay. So scheduled status with satisfactory track record of at least 5 years. Shares of the bank should have been listed on the recognized stock exchange. Minimum net worth of 1000 crores. CRAR as prescribed by the RBI. So capital adequacy ratio has to be maintained by the small finance bank as notified by the RBI. Having a net profit in the last 2 financial years and having the gross non-performing asset and net non-performing asset of less than or equal to 3% and 1%. Okay. So this is the basic idea. Next question is regarding the check truncation system through which your checks are transferred. Let's say you have deposited the check to your bank, Bank A. Okay. And now the check has to be cleared by Bank B. So the Bank A is transferring the check to Bank B through the check truncation system, that is through the digital method. Through the digital mode, your check scanned images as well as the check data is transferred from Bank A to Bank B. This is the check truncation system. Okay. Now the check truncation system takes T+1 day usually. Like it has taken T+1 day for the check to get cleared. Okay, for the check to get cleared, it usually takes T+1 day. Now it has been said that the check truncation system for clearing the check, it will only take few hours. So a process has been notified under the check truncation system so that your check get cleared in a faster manner only in few hours rather than taking T+1 day, that you are depositing your check today, it will get cleared tomorrow. So rather than taking 2 days, now it has been said that within few hours your check will get cleared. So the process has been laid down. Which of the following statement is or are incorrect in this regards? I'm getting the answer E. Actually that is correct. Very good. Very good. The answer is E only. So there shall be a single presentation session from 10 to 4. That means you can deposit your check from 10 to 4. Correct. The confirmation session from the other bank that is clearing the check, the confirmation should be in between 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. During phase 1 from October 4 to January 2, 2026, DROI banks shall be required to confirm. DROI banks means that is doing the settlement. Okay. So the DROI bank shall be required to confirm positively or negatively regarding the checks presented on them latest by the end of confirmation session 7 p.m. Correct. In phase 2, that is from January 3, 2026 onwards, the item expiry time of checks, that means check timeline will get expired. That is, you have to start the settlement or you have to respond positively or negatively that this check will get settled or this check is fraud check and this check will not be settled. This information or the confirmation has to be provided within T+3 hours. That is, you have got the check on TR. You have got the check on TR plus 3 hours. So within T+3 hours, you have to clear provide the confirmation for the check, either positively or negatively. Okay. So third statement is wrong. It is not T+5 hours. It is 3+3 hours. T+3 hours. Okay. So third statement is wrong, and thus the E is the right answer. E is the right answer. Okay. So check truncation system, basically for continuous clearing and settlement of the checks, it has been said that the single presentation time will be 10 to 4 p.m. Okay, and checks will be continuously sent from the deposit bank to the confirming bank that has to settle the check. Okay, continuous inward processing confirmation has to be provided by the bank. So bank B that has to settle the check has to provide the confirmation by like between 10 to 7. Okay, so this is the basic idea. And during phase 1, the drawee bank, that is the confirmation bank that is providing the confirmation, has to provide the confirmation by 7 p.m. and in the second phase, the drawee bank or the bank that has to provide the confirmation has to provide the confirmation within T plus 3 clear hours. This is the idea. So there is a depositing bank that is taking your checks, that is bank A. Then there is a confirming or the drawee bank that has to confirm your check as well as settle your check. Okay, that is the idea. Now coming to the next question, try to answer this question. So PSBs wrote off 5.82 lakh crore in bad loans between financial year 2020 to 2021 and financial year 2024 to 25. In contrast to write-offs, 1.65 lakh crore was recovered by public sector banks over the same period, amounting to dash percentage of the total write-off. So this was the amount that was written off, that it will not be recovered. Out of the write-offs, that was 5.82 lakh crore. Okay, this much was recovered. So what was the amount that was recovered? It was 28%. What is the percentage of the amount that was recovered as the total of write-off? So it is 28%. Okay, so this is the answer. So in this news article, that is the main point, that the public sector banks have wrote off 5.82 lakh crore in bad loans. They will not be recovered now. In contrast to write-offs, this much has been recovered by the public sector banks. So amounting to 28% of the total write-offs. This is the idea. Okay. Next is the Reserve Bank of India recently permitted non-residents holding special rupee Vostro accounts to invest their surplus rupee balances in government securities. Now, what is the main objective behind this move? So basically, special rupee Vostro accounts, they allow the foreign entities to have a bank account with the Indian bank. This is the special rupee Vostro account, in which the exporters of the foreign country, they can receive, like if we are importing the, let's say we are importing this water bottle, or let's say we are importing this pen. Okay, so we are importing, and for the import we have to pay. So rather than paying in dollars, we will pay in rupees that will go to this special rupee Vostro account, that is the bank account maintained by this foreign entity of the foreign company. Okay, now rupees will go for the imports that we are doing, we will pay in rupees. Okay, now the foreign company is, or the foreign country, sorry, it is also importing from our country. Let's say they are importing clothes, let's say they are importing spicy, so they have to pay for the imports that they are doing, so they will pay the rupees. Now let's say that there is some surplus amount that is left, that is we have paid for our imports, we have paid 10 lakh rupees, while for the import they have to pay 8 lakh rupees. So 2 lakh rupees is still left in this special rupee Vostro account that can be invested in the central government securities. So this was done to boost, this was done to boost the internationalization of the Indian rupee. Special rupee Vostro account, why was it opened? It was opened for the trade to happen in rupees. So the main aim was the internationalization of Indian rupee. Just it is said the surplus amount can be invested in the central government securities, so that the foreigners, they are not worried that what will happen of the surplus amount. We will never be able to use it. Okay, so just to take care of their mindset, just to take care of their minds, it is said that the surplus amount can be used for the investment. Okay, so that they are not worried that what they will do of the surplus rupees, because rupees is not used for the international trade right now. Okay, so to boost the internationalization of Indian rupee, the special rupee Vostro accounts was allowed, and it is said that the surplus amount can be invested in central government securities. Okay, so this is the idea. Got it? It is. So basically, the main objective behind this move is to boost the internationalization of the Indian rupee so that it can be continued. The special rupee Vostro account, why was it opened? It was opened for internationalization of Indian rupee. This is the best answer. Okay. So basically, the special rupee Vostro account, it is for trade. It is for trade only. Only the surplus amount can be invested. So that the foreign investors or the foreign countries, they are not worried that what will happen if they are like trading more and they have more rupees. It is said that just to ease their mind, it is said that they can use the surplus in various areas, not only in central government securities but in other areas also they can invest. Okay, so basically this is the idea. So you have to tell that main objective behind this move is to boost the internationalization of Indian rupee, because the special rupee Vostro account was opened with the main idea of boosting the internationalization of Indian rupee. Okay, this is the idea. Now, so SRVAs, the RBI has permitted non-residents holding special rupee Vostro account to invest surplus rupee balances in central government securities. Now the RBI issued a notification allowing person resident outside India who maintain special rupee Vostro account with the Indian bank for international trade settlement in Indian rupees to invest their surplus rupee balances in government securities, including the treasury bills. Now in 2022, the RBI had allowed the overseas banks to open special rupee Vostro account to settle the trade transaction in rupee as part of its effort to boost the currency's internationalization. So the main aim of SRVAs is the internationalization of rupee. Okay, as well as you can understand that the B and E statements are nearly same. Okay, or like the non-resident investment we are talking about. Sorry, B and D. B and D. So the answer cannot be this. Okay, so answer should be E. Now coming to the next question. Try to answer this question. As well as one more thing. It is talking about Indian equities. Central government security is not equity. It is not equity. It is the government bonds. So again, corporate bonds, no. The surplus amount is not being used for the corporate bonds. It is being used for the government bonds. Okay, Indian equities means Indian shares and such. So central government securities are not shares, they are bonds, government securities. So these options are incorrect again. Indian real estate, no. So only the C statement was correct here. Okay, so do see the options more clearly also. Now coming to the next question. So Reserve Bank of India recently announced 3 consumer-centric initiatives aimed at improving financial inclusion, customer convenience and retail investment access. Which of the following correctly matches the initiative with its purpose? So basically RBI has announced 3 consumer-centric initiatives. Which of the following is correctly matched? So re-KYC through panchayat level camps, streamline claim settlement for deceased account holders. Doesn't seem correct, right? Because re-KYC through panchayat level camps is not directly linked with the deceased account holders. Okay, simplified claims for deceased account holder enables systematic reinvestment in treasury bills. Again, this doesn't seem correct. Retail direct platform. Now retail direct platform upgrade. So upgrade is being done to allow the individuals, retail direct platform allow the individuals to invest directly in government securities. That is correct, right? So only the third statement is correct here. Only the third statement. Okay. Only the third statement is correct here. Why is it so? Because re-KYC through panchayat level camps, it is being done particularly in view of 10 years of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. So Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, so that was launched in 2014, has nearly completed its 10 years. So in view of the 10 years of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, many accounts are due for re-KYC. So banks will conduct door-to-door re-KYC camps at panchayat level from July 1 to September 30. The camps will also offer micro-insurance, pension scheme, enrollment and grievance redressal services. So this is re-KYC through panchayat level camps, and it is running currently from July 1 to September 30. That's why it is important. Okay. Next is simplified claims for deceased account holders. The RBI in its statement on developmental and regulatory policy document that was released recently, in that with the Monetary Policy Committee statement, the statement on developmental and regulatory policy document was released, in which RBI said that we are going to simplify the claims for the deceased account holders, nominees and such. Okay. So the simplified claims will be provided, and the RBI has also released a draft on this. So RBI to standardize and streamline the process of settling claims related to deceased bank customers. It covers the deposits, the safe lockers and such. Okay. Retail direct platform upgrade. So RBI to enhance the retail direct platform which allow individuals to invest in government securities. This is the idea. Now coming to the next question, try to answer this question. So basically RBI has proposed, like we have said, that the RBI has released a draft guidelines or the draft circular in regards to simplified claim for deceased account holder. So RBI has proposed a standardized framework for settlement of claims related to deceased bank holders. There is a draft circular that the RBI has released. There is a draft that the RBI has released in regards to the proposal for the standardized framework for settlement of claims related to deceased bank customers. Which of the following statement about the proposal is correct? So try to answer this. A bank shall settle a claim in respect of deposit accounts. A bank shall settle a claim in respect of deposits account of deceased customer within a period not exceeding 15 calendar days from the date of receipt of all the requisite documents. So within 15 days, the claim has to be settled. Okay. So this is the idea. Now next is for locker or custody claims. Banks are required to pay compensation for delay in form of interest at not less than bank rate plus 4%. This is incorrect. For locker or custody claims, banks are required to pay compensation for delay in form of 5,000 rupees per day of delay. Okay. So this is not correct. A bank shall follow a simplified procedure for settlement of claims for deposit accounts with no nomination. So if there is no nomination, let's say if I die and I have no nomination, I have not nominated anyone. So basically a bank shall follow a simplified procedure for settlement of claims for deposit accounts with no nomination based on the threshold limit as per their risk management system, subject to a minimum of 15 lakh. That means a minimum of 15 lakh is notified by RBI that if the deposit account consists of minimum of 15 lakh, till this amount, there should be simplified procedure that should be undertaken. Basic procedure has to be undertaken for releasing the funds to the relatives. Okay, like if the money is released, it will be released to my mother or my brother, my relatives, right? So that is the basic idea. So this is for the deposit accounts. The minimum threshold that RBI has notified is 15 lakh. The banks can decide the minimum threshold as 20 lakh or 25 lakh or 30 lakh and such. That is, the threshold limit will be decided by banks on the basis of their risk management system, subject to a minimum notified by RBI, that is 15 lakh. Okay, this is the idea. Next is compensation for delay in deposit related claims. See, deposit related claims, basically if delay is happening in the locker or custody claims, or delay is happening in the deposit related claims, so in the case of delay, the compensation has to be paid. But in the case of delay where the delay is happening in the deposit related claims, the compensation has to be paid, that is interest at not less than bank rate plus 4% per annum. Okay, so this is the idea. Compensation for delay in deposit related claims is interest at not less than bank rate plus 4% per annum, while the compensation for delay in case of locker or custody claims, it is rupees 5,000 per day. So basically compensation amount is changed. Okay, standardized claim forms are optional. No, it is not optional, it is compulsory. So first statement was wrong. Second, fourth and fifth statement were wrong. Only the third statement was correct. Okay, so this is the idea that the RBI has released the RBI has released the proposal regarding the framework for the settlement of claims for the deceased accounts, okay, for deceased account holders. It is said that a bank shall adopt a simplified procedure for settlement of claims in deposit account where deceased depositor has no nomination. There is no nomination that is present. So the bank has to decide till what amount there should be simplified procedure that will be followed, till 20 lakh or till 25 lakh of the deposit or till 30 lakh of the deposit. The minimum threshold decided by RBI is 15 lakh. Okay, a bank shall settle a claim in respect of deposit accounts of deceased customer within a period of not exceeding 15 calendar days for the deposit accounts if the papers have been provided, if all the requisite documents have been provided. Okay, in case of safe deposit locker or articles in safe custody, the bank shall within 15 days of receipt of all the requisite document process the claim and issue the communication that come take away the things that have been kept in the locker. Okay, that is the idea. Compensation for delay in settlement of claims. So if there is any delay that has happened, in that case, compensation has to be paid. For the deposit accounts, if the delay is happening, the compensation is bank rate plus 4% per annum. Okay, or for the safe deposit locker or articles in safe custody, in this case, if there is any delay that has happened, then the bank has to compensate by providing rupees 5,000 for each day of delay. Now coming to the next question, try to answer this question. So I will take care of all your extra queries at the end of the session. Right now, focus here in the questions, okay? The Reserve Bank of India recently granted in principle authorization to which of the following companies to operate as an online payment aggregator under the Payment and Settlement System Act 2007. So basically, Paytm Payment Service Limited has got the in principle authorization for working as a payment aggregator. Okay, so the answer is A here. Very good, everyone. Absolutely correct. Yes, very good. So Reserve Bank of India has granted in principle authorization to Paytm Payment Service Limited to work as or to operate as an online payment aggregator. So this is an payment aggregator. This is an entity authorized by RBI to facilitate online digital payment transaction for merchants without requiring them to create separate payment infrastructure. Okay. Next is, which organization launched the new Aadhaar-based authentication framework for cooperative banks, aiming to enhance the digital banking and financial inclusion in India? Now this is Aadhaar-based. Okay, so this is Aadhaar-based. Remember this. So try to answer this question. The answer here should be Unique Identification Authority of India. Okay, so Unique Identification Authority of India. So to mark the International Year of Cooperatives in 2025, the Unique Identification Authority of India has rolled out a new framework to onboard cooperative banks and enable them to deliver Aadhaar-based authentication services, giving a strong push to last mile banking and digital inclusion. So this is the basic idea. Okay. Now try to answer this question. The Department of Post has completed the rollout of its new in-house developed postal and logistics solution, Advanced Postal Technology. So Advanced Postal Technology has been rolled out by the Department of Post. This platform has been designed and developed indigenously by National Informatics Center, Center for Development of Advanced Computing, National Academy of Postal and Financial Services, Center for Excellence in Postal Technology, or National Institute of Smart Governance. So the answer here is Center for Excellence in Postal Technology. D is the right answer. Okay. So this is the idea that Department of Post has successfully rolled out IT 2.0 Advanced Postal Technology. Okay. Now this is designed and developed indigenously by the Center for Excellence in Postal Technology. The application is hosted on the Government of India's Meghraj 2.0 cloud platform and supported by BSNL's nationwide connectivity. Next is SEBI issued circular on margin obligation to be given by the way of pledge or repledge in depository system. On June 3, 2025, the provision of circular were to come into effect from September 1, 2025. Now the timeline has been extended till what? That you have to tell me. CPT is the answer, okay? So the provision of the circular, basically the timeline has been extended till October 2025, just 1 month. That is the idea. So basically it is said that, yes. So basically it is said that the framework, see what happens from October 10, 2025, whenever you sell the shares or need to provide margin, for your derivatives and such, your securities will simply be blocked in your demat account. Before, your securities or your shares that you want to sell were transferred to the broker's account, and the broker could use your shares however the broker want till the settlement. So that was leading to some discrepancies, that was leading to some cases, some negative cases. Okay, that's why it is said that now your shares or your securities for settlement will not be transferred to the broker account. The margin obligation will be maintained with the depository system, with the NSDL or with the CDSL. That is the depositories. Okay. So basically from October 10, 2025, whenever you sell the shares or need to provide margin, your securities will simply be blocked in your demat account with the depositories. Okay, because depositories are the ones that are keeping your shares, your securities in the demat form. So your securities will be blocked in your demat account. They will not be transferred to the broker for settlement or for further settlement or for the further process. A single automatic instruction will release them for settlement. So what happens that in your account itself, in your demat account, the shares or the securities that have to be sold or that have to be provided for the margin will be blocked in your account only. They will not be transferred to broker. They will be blocked in your demat account. When they have to be released for the settlement, only then they will be released for the settlement. This ensures safety, transparency and ease for investors, while brokers no longer handle client shares directly, because that was leading to discrepancy. This is the whole idea. Okay, so the framework was originally scheduled for implementation from September 1. Now it will be implemented from October 10, 2025, as the repositories has said that we need further time for making this kind of system. Okay. So under the new system, when needed, client shares will be locked in their demat account only for the early payment or for the margin. This helps make transactions more transparent and prevent broker from misusing the client's shares. So that is the basic idea. Depositories like CDSL and the NSDL will update their system so that they can have the system where they are able to block the shares for the settlement or for the margin. Okay. Now coming to the next news article, according to the Knight Frank India study, India's InvIT Infrastructure Investment Trust market is projected to grow 3.5 times, reaching USD 258 billion by 2030. India's market position as of July 2025 is ranked at what number in Asia for combined real estate investment trust and infrastructure investment trust market capitalization or market value, we can say. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. The rank of India is fourth actually. Okay. So basically, according to a Knight Frank India study, India's InvIT market is projected to grow 3.5 times, reaching USD 258 billion by 2030. InvIT asset under management growth from USD 73.3 billion to USD 250 to 265 billion by 2030. So that is a huge margin, we can say. India's market position ranked fourth in Asia for combined InvIT and REIT market capitalization. Just the basic idea you need to have. Okay, that's it. Who has been nominated as an ex officio member of the Monetary Policy Committee from the Monetary Policy Department of the Reserve Bank of India, succeeding Rajiv Ranjan. So basically, under the Monetary Policy Committee, there are 6 members. 3 members are from the Reserve Bank of India. 3 members are nominated by the Government of India. Okay, so the 3 members from RBI consist of the chairperson, or the governor of RBI, we can say. So the 3 members of RBI consist of first governor of RBI, second ex-deputy director, or executive director of RBI and such. Okay, so who has been nominated? So it is Indranil Bhattacharya who has been nominated to be a member of the MPC. Okay. So basically, Indranil Bhattacharya, Executive Director in the Monetary Policy Department, has been nominated as an ex officio member. Now, Indranil Bhattacharya has been selected to become a member of the MPC because the Indranil Bhattacharya is already the member of the Monetary Policy Department of the Reserve Bank of India. And as you know, the 3 members should be from Reserve Bank of India. If Indranil Bhattacharya was not a member of the RBI, he would not have been selected in the MPC. That is the idea of ex officio. Ex officio means that because you are holding a position, that's why you are eligible to hold another position. Okay, because you are a member of the Reserve Bank of India, that's why you can be a member of MPC under the 3 members from the RBI. That is the idea of ex officio. So basically, Indranil Bhattacharya, Executive Director in the Monetary Policy Department, has been nominated as an ex officio member of the Monetary Policy Committee. He will succeed Rajiv Ranjan. The 6-member committee is Governor Sanjay Malhotra, Deputy Governor in charge of Monetary Policy, and Executive Director in the same department. So basically, the 3 members from the RBI that are in the MPC also is the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India, the Deputy Governor, and the Executive Director. Okay, the 3 members are nominated by the other 3 members are nominated by the government. The other 3 members are nominated by the government. Okay, now which of the following features will not be allowed after the National Payment Corporation of India discontinues collect request for specific category starting October 1, 2025? Try to answer this. Sending money using UPI ID, mobile number or QR code. If this is stopped, that means the whole UPI system will be stopped. No, this is not right in regards to the discontinuation. So which of the facility will be discontinued, that you have to tell me. Payment to merchant and verified business, no. Requesting payments from another UPI user for peer-to-peer UPI transaction. You can understand collect request. That means, let's say I am sending a collect request that give me 2000 rupees. Now if you are not, like, let's say at the same time you were doing a Amazon payment and you do not notice the amount and you had to do the Amazon payment of 100 rupees and you do not notice and you just click and fill the details or write your PIN, and now I have received the 2000. You can understand that the fraudsters started using the collect request for doing the frauds. So that's why it is said that the collect request is being stopped for peer-to-peer UPI transaction. The collect request will be allowed for the merchant transactions, but it is stopped for the person to person. So collect request has been stopped. Now you cannot send request to send the money basically. So still you can you can get the money, or let's say I want to send the money to Kaustav, let's say. Okay, so I want to send the money to Kaustav, so I can scan the QR code, or I can take the mobile number for sending the money, or I can take the UPI ID to send the money. But Kaustav cannot request the money directly through the UPI ecosystem. That is the idea. The collect request in peer-to-peer has been stopped. This is the idea. Sending money directly to individuals through UPI, this is allowed. Sending money through the UPI ID, mobile number, QR code, this is allowed. Payments to merchant and verified business, even through the collect request and through the other system, is allowed. But requesting payments from another UPI user through the collect request for peer-to-peer UPI transaction, this is not allowed. Okay. So it is basically NPCI will discontinue the collect request feature for peer-to-peer UPI transactions starting from October 1, 2025. The collect request feature allowed users to send requests to get the money from the other person. Now it was leading to many of the frauds. Increased frauds were there. That's why it is said that now the person-to-person collect request cannot be sent. Okay, using the UPI ecosystem. Now IRDAI has directed insurers to complete second quantitative impact study under the risk-based capital framework by which date? Basically IRDAI has said now we are going to focus on risk-based capital. That means like banks, they maintain some capital adequacy ratio. That means they maintain some adequate capital with themselves. Okay. Similarly, now IRDAI is saying that we will also have the risk-based capital, that the insurance companies need to maintain the capital with themselves on the basis of the risk that they are taking. So that is risk-based capital. So IRDI is saying that the insurance companies have to do the impact studies. Okay, so IRDI has directed insurers to complete second quantitative impact study under the risk-based capital framework by which date? So it is by October 15, 2025. जून ऑलरेडी हो चुका है वैष्णवी. जून आई गेस पिछले वेडनेसडे को हुआ था. जून the June finance current affairs, the June finance current affairs, if you want to see that has already happened under the monthly revision session for the current affairs, in which we have discussed the finance current affairs. Gurkira sir discussed the ESI current affairs and Devanshu sir discussed the general awareness segment. Okay, so the monthly revision session for current affairs, in that you have got the June finance current affairs. Okay, so that session I will not take. June 1 you will get in the monthly revision session. Just type June monthly revision session, you will get the June 1. Okay, so this is October 15, 2025. So basically, the IRDI has directed insurers to complete the second quantitative impact study under the risk-based capital framework by October 15, 2025. This is the basic idea. Now, which public sector bank has become the first public sector bank in India to migrate its corporate website to secure.bank.in domain in line with RBI's April 2025 directive? So basically, RBI has said that for the websites of the banks to be recognized easily, and the fraudsters, because fraudsters, let's say there is sbi.yono.in. Let's say this is the SBI's original website. Okay, now a fraudster has created this kind of website. Now you are not able to identify that which is the original website, and you are going to this fake website and you are making the payment, or you are making the deposit, and the money is going to the fraudster's account. So you can understand that many of the frauds were started because there were fake websites that were created by the fraudsters. So now the RBI has said that all the bank's website should have bank.in, and only the actual bank's website can have this kind of suffix. Okay, so this is the idea. So this domain can only be adopted by the original bank website. No one else can adopt this kind of domain. So the Punjab National Bank has become the first public sector bank to migrate to its corporate website to the secure.bank.in domain. Okay, so the E is the right answer. Very good. Next is the Employees Provident Fund Organization has raised the ex gratia benefit available under its death relief fund for employees of Central Board with effect from April 1, 2025. The amount payable to nominees or legal heirs in the event of the employee's death while in service will increase from 8.8 lakh to what lakhs, or how much amount. Okay, so basically, in case the employees that has happened, in case the employee has died while in service, so the benefit that is provided has been increased from 8.8 lakh to 15 lakhs. Okay, from 8.8 lakh to 15 lakh basically. So this is the basic idea, that the death relief fund has been increased from 8.8 lakh to 15 lakh. This amount is applicable to Central Board employees of EPFO, will be provided to their nominee or legal heirs. Okay. Now the next question in front of you is, which global investment bank has been appointed by the Government of India as the transaction advisor for divesting, for doing the disinvestment of its stake in 4 public sector banks to help them comply with the SEBI's minimum public shareholding norms? So which of the following global investment bank has been appointed for this? Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Barclays, Citibank. It is Goldman Sachs. Okay. The government has appointed Goldman Sachs as the transaction advisor for divesting its stake in 4 public sector banks meeting SEBI's minimum public shareholding. So basically, SEBI has said that if a company is listed in the financial market, in the share market, so the company should have minimum of 25% stakes in the market with the public. Okay, so let's say government. So the government basically has, let's say, 100% of shares in the bank. Now the government has reduced the shareholding to 90%, so 10% has gone to public. Now it is said that minimum public shareholding, a SEBI regulation requiring listed companies to have at least 25% of their shares held by public investors. So as per SEBI regulation, there should be minimum public shareholding. The public should be holding minimum 25% of shares. So the government has to further divest 15% more, so that the government has 75% and the public has 25% at least. So for meeting this minimum public shareholding norms, the government has appointed Goldman Sachs so that the stake can be decreased of the government in these 4 banks: Indian Overseas Bank, Central Bank of India, Punjab and Sindh Bank and UCO Bank. Got it? So over 90% in each of the 4 banks. Current government shareholding is over 90% in each of this bank, in each of these 4 banks. That has to be reduced to 75%, so that 25% is with the public. That is the idea. PFRDA में paper wise cut off होती है. So paper 1 and paper 2 will have different cutoffs. So paper 1, that is QRE and GA, will have single cutoff, paper wise cutoff, and paper 2 will have, so there is no sectional cutoff as such, no quant, reasoning, English, no different cutoff for each of the paper, for each of the section, but there will be paper wise cutoff. Okay, that is combined cutoff, you can say. So even if you are doing well in quant and English and you are doing okay in reasoning and GA, that is also fine because there is a paper wise cutoff. Okay, so focus on your strengths. Now Indian Railway. Now I have not made the questions on this 2 news article because they were very direct and easy. So Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation, India's largest online ticketing platform, has received in principle approval from RBI to operate its fintech arm IRCTC Payments as a payment aggregator. So basically, if the IRCTC payment is there, so of course the answer will be IRCTC. That IRCTC is going to have the fintech arm IRCTC payment. Okay. Now, Minister of State for Communications reviewed the performance of India Post and India Post Payment Bank, and the customer base has increased and has reached over 12 crore customers. Total deposits stand at nearly 20,000 crore. So this is the idea. Okay. Now, see. This is the massive price drop. If you are preparing for RBI Grade B and you are thinking of buying the systematic course, this is the best time. And this offer is valid till 3rd September only. You are getting flat 74% off for buying single courses, as well as for the combo courses also there is flat 74% off. You can use the code September 74 for getting the off. Okay, see, this is the best time I can say for getting the course because you are getting the systematic course at a very discounted rate. Okay, if you want to buy the course, you can see the courses. You can go to the website, that is edutap.in, and you can see the courses and you can take the help of the team. Okay, and here you can see the number. You can also call the team to get better idea about the courses, and the link of the courses is also given in the description box below. Now, where you will get the PDF of the session? You will get the PDF of the session in the Telegram channel of EduTap, and this PDF will be uploaded within 24 hours. The link for the Telegram channel is also provided in the description box below, where you will get the PDF within 24 hours. So this is it. Do tell me in the comment section below how much marks you have got out of 25. Okay, and Akshat, do call here. Okay. Do call here because I am not aware about this, like how the system works. So thank you everyone. Do tell me that how much marks you have got out of 25. Okay, in the comment section below, and all the very best for your PFRDA Grade A examination, that is on 6th of September. So all the very best for that. Second paper के लिए आपके free marathons are enough if you have prepared well. So the marathons are for practice. We are not going to teach there. We are going to just do the MCQs with you. Okay, so the marathons are just for your practice. It is not going to teach you the proper concepts and such. The marathon is just for your practice, so it will be a good practice. 100 plus 100, 200 questions will be there, so it is a good practice for you all. Okay, so thank you everyone, thank you for joining. See you in the next session.